Yay, hi. We're going to see if this works. It looks like it's working. Ooh, yay. If you would like free coaching today, you can join me live. I'm going to give you the instant invitation access. If you are in my free group, Business Coaching for Rebel Healers and Spiritual Entrepreneurs, you can join me. I'm just going to get all that organized and let people in shortly. Free coaching. Join me on Zoom to ask a question right here. Awesome. And this will be recorded. So I was thinking last week, and I was like, I haven't really given you a sample of what it's like to be coached by me. And my mastermind members know, my one-on-one clients know, people who've been in my programs in the past, and like you watch me on the videos and in my content, but I haven't given you a sample of what it's like to be coached by me. And I thought, let's just freaking do it. So I'm going to have current clients on this call, past clients, people who I've never worked with before, like, come on in, say hi, let's do this. Come on in with your questions. Let me know what questions you have. This meeting is being recorded. If you don't want to be on video, no problem. Just turn off the video icon. And yeah, join me. Say hello. Come on in with your questions. Yay. Hi, Zawadi. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for joining me today. I'm just going to give it a minute for people to join in. We have about a dozen or so folks that registered to join today's call. I know a lot of people, myself included, mostly watch the replays, and it's a hard thing to attend live, but really my goal today is to give you the opportunity for free coaching. And if you're already paying for a container with me, it's like extra juice. But I wanted to give people a sample of what business coaching with me looks like. So that's what this is all about today. Hello. Yay. Hi, Shelby. Just getting everything set up, letting people come on in. Yay, yay, yay. And this is live in my private Facebook group. So it's not public live, but it is live on Facebook. Yay. Hi, Gwen. Awesome. So it's not public. Okay. Yay. Everything is working. Yay, technology. So the way this is going to work really is very similar to the way I run my mastermind and the way that the calls are going to work in CEO Enchantress, which is literally show up, ask me your golden question or two, and I'll give you everything I can in terms of coaching, mindset, action, strategy, feedback, so that you can roll forward with a game plan for helping you connect and help more people and making more money, because we don't have a business unless we're making money. So if you want to raise your hand to ask a question, go for it. That is under the reactions bar, or you can simply, we have a small enough group, you can unmute and just be like, Emily, I have a question. Here's my question. If you don't have a question, but you just want to like pontificate on your business, we can also do that. So yay. Is there anybody who'd like to go first? Cool, no problem, Zawadi, on the driving. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please correct me if I'm not. Yay. All right, Shelby, go for it.
Okay, I am walking, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Just a little backstory, because I don't know if I have a clear question. But I watched a training from you where you talked about like giving a sample session.
Yes.
And I realized like that's what I need to do. And
yeah.
It felt good. And the whole launch thing before I'm allowed to do it. Oh, am I cutting in and out?
You are, but it's getting more and more clear. So like, it's getting better.
Okay, I just turned off it might have been trying to connect to Wi-Fi, so it should be better.
Cool.
Now. any full off, but I didn't like do any launch for it. And so, and what it is it's 30 days of support and a call and a masterclass.
Awesome.
And so I guess I'm wondering about like, when it's something like one-on-one, do you still do like a cart open and a cart close, or should I just keep promoting it until I have the 8 people that I was looking for? I know you said like, keep talking about it, which I like. I didn't do like a free event for it. Like I didn't do any kind of launch for it. I'm just running with it, which feels really scary, but also exciting to like, because like you said, it's not a business unless I'm making money, and I'm not making a lot of money right now, so I wanted to move forward with that.
Yeah, like first of
Open
all,
to any thoughts you might have.
first of all, like major fuck yes, hell yeah, go you for doing the thing and putting it out there, because that's a big deal and that takes a lot of energy and guts. So yay, good work. And you can't do this wrong, but what you really want to think about is what's going to work for your energy and your people. So I do love doing a full launch strategy for a one-on-one program. And the reason being is because it allows you to kind of crystallize your energy and get really focused, right? On like, okay, for this period of time, or for, until I've sold these 8 sessions, 8 programs, like I'm fucking in it to win it. So I like that part of it. I don't think you have to do a cart close. I think saying, get your butt in here. I've only got 8 of these before the price goes up, or 3 of them before the price goes up, is like plenty of like cart close incentive. And then you can always do a turn on event at any time. If you're like, oh, I want to give people a sample, I want to do a free masterclass, I want to do like a live dance party. What else? I want to like release a guided audio meditation to my newsletter list. Like you can allow these different little bits of juice to kind of amplify your launch process and feed you as well. Yeah. So is there something that might be fun and feel yummy to add?
Yeah, I mean, I love doing stuff with the moon. My whole thing is around like cycle support. And so bringing the moon into it is really easy and flowy for me. And so I was even thinking about, I do full moon ceremonies in my membership anyway. So I was thinking of either inviting them to that or just doing a little full moon ceremony, a free one for people tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if I don't do that, like you said, I could add in things anytime. So I love making meditations. I love doing like little yoga sequences, and I like tying it all into cyclical living.
Cool.
And so that definitely gives me ideas for sure.
Yeah, I think especially knowing, like figuring out what works best for you. And it's a constant tweaking of the process, right? Like, do I enjoy live events? Do I enjoy like a longer launch period? Or is it more fun to be like, yo, bitches, I'm doing some cool shit tomorrow. Join me. Here's the link. Because that gets to work too. It's just all what's in flow with you and what's going to work for your people. I've been watching your content, like you're consistently showing up. I don't think you need like a long turn on. You don't need to warm your people up. Like you've been there, you've been supporting them. So it makes sense to jump into sales mode and then add these little spikes of juice along the way. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. That helps a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I when you were talking about like working with your energy, like I said, I'm really in sync with the moon, and the moon is in a fire sign right now, Leo. And so that's part of why I was like, you know what? I have the energy, I have the confidence. I'm posting it today. And so I'm running with it. So
post it
that
today.
helps to keep going, to keep my momentum.
Yeah. Like let the bumps rev your engine, of like, all right, let's add a little bit of burst of energy here, play with the moon, play with the Leo full moon. I'm a Leo, very excited about the full moon. And
that doesn't surprise me.
Run with it, right? And like maybe you record it, maybe you send it out to your list later. Like let it be easy, fun, playful, pleasurable, and juicy the whole way through.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you for that.
Yay. You're welcome. Thanks for coming and asking a question. All right, guys. So I am simply taking the golden question. If you can condense your question into like one question to rule them all, or if you just want to pontificate on your business and be like, Emily, what do I do right now? feel free to ask. You can raise your hand. You can unmute yourself. Yeah, Zawadi, go for it. I see that your hand is up. Maybe. I can't hear you, but I see that you are unmuted. Yes.
I'm driving, so it might cut in and out. Sorry.
No worries.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I actually learned about you through somebody called Onome. I don't know if you know her.
I love
She
her.
mentioned you. So she was actually just doing a live just now on Insight Timer that I was listening on. But last week she mentioned you, and so then I looked you up. So
Yay!
that's how I ended up here.
Awesome.
So, I mean, I'm not even sure what I want to ask about, but I'll just mention what's coming to my mind first. So I call myself a soul care practitioner. And so that's basically a blend of many different modalities and practices that have been a part of my own healing journey, my own soul evolution journey. And so I really believe that, you know, if you tend to your soul, you show up, your soul will take care of you. So that's the general concept. I want to create I'm not making money from my business. I want to have different offerings. So one, like I do private sessions, and that's premium. And there's only so many private clients I can have at any given time. And I want to create digital products that then I have more like residual income. And so one idea I have for a first offering is a 30-day soul care challenge that is like 30 minutes a day. Maybe it's like 3 practices for 10 minutes a day. And then I'll pull out from my whole entire like toolbox. So whether it's journaling, meditation, different like physical practices, sacred dance, art therapy, it really could be any of those things. So I am a certified yoga teacher and intuitive breathwork guide. So then the idea would be I take you through this journey, sharing different practices and tools. And then on the 29th day, you create your own soul care plan. And then on the 30th day, you practice it. And then you commit to doing it every day for the next 30 days and test that. Like, what does it look like? What does soul care look like to you? So that's basically the idea that's big. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. And you're right in line with what I generally recommend to my clients, which is like, use all of your tools, all of your gained wisdom, skills, and experience in creating this signature program that's uniquely yours. And you're doing that. I would say like run that live. Do you have an audience like that you've been cultivating or sharing things with on any social platform?
Yes, I mean on lots. Instagram is my main platform, but I actually just signed up as a teacher on Insight Timer a week ago and had my first live on Saturday, which was so many people showed up and showed up. With so much support. I have been cultivating community, and I'm an admin of a group on Insight Timer. So I have built a lot of relationships with other teachers on the platform, and like 215 people showed up to my first live, which was
oh my God, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. So I'm doing my next one this Saturday. There was all kinds of technical issues because I play music during my sessions. And so that presents a whole bunch of technical challenges, having voice and music on platforms that are not built for that. So I'm figuring out those details so that I can have good quality sound and good quality voice sound and good quality music sound.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I think the biggest thing I can think of is just you're cultivating audience. There's clearly people interested and curious about your work. So I would say giving yourself a date of like, when does the 30-day soul care challenge program start?
I mean, I haven't created the content yet. So,
and I think that's actually better, right? Because then you get to curate it based on like who's dropping in, who are you inviting, and like you can sell it and even start it without having it all created.
So when you say sell it, what do you mean? Like actually sell it for a price even before I create it.
Yep. I
Yeah.
mean, create like the framework and the structure. Who is it for? Why do they need it? You've got a lot of this. Like, go back, listen to this recording, just literally type it down. You've got a lot of it already. And then give yourself, 2 to 4 weeks to promote it. Get people in. You can sell it for any price you want. Maybe it's a sample. Maybe it's just, all right, let's see how many beautiful humans I can help through this work. Call it $99, $150, $300, $500. Make a way for them to pay you, and then create it as you go.
Yeah. I guess there's that also that limiting beliefs around pricing and value and that conversation that happens. And there's so much free content out there. And so how do I price my, offerings? And so that's another challenge that I'm having.
Yeah, that's a big thing, especially for healers, right? Of like, I want it to be accessible and affordable and help people, but also I want to pay my bills and like feed myself and make more than enough money. Yeah. So I love giving away a ton of content for free in our Facebook groups. It sounds like you're doing that with your classes, in our content on Instagram, on Facebook, and then let your programs be paid and let people pay you.
Yeah.
Yay. I'm excited for you. This sounds really awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I'll set a date and work towards it.
Set a date, do the thing. And I know Anna May is in for CEO Enchantress. If you've been considering it, I think we could totally help you put all those pillars in place, especially the sales process, and get you rocking and rolling.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yay. Who would like to go next? You can unmute yourself. You can raise your hand. So good to see everybody. Hi, Danielle. Baby.
Oh, look at the baby. And both of my dogs just perked up.
Right? I'm your baby mom, me.
Who are you talking about? So,
Hi.
it's been a while since I have seen your beautiful face.
So good to see you.
Thank you. I am a hot mess. Hi.
Yo, it happens.
Conductor of the Hot Mess Express. Coming to you. As you're drinking tea, of course, I'm sure. We are in the middle of unpacking from a move and packing process and let's start a new life somewhere. Of course, all the new ideas come in and all of the unpacking of my own bullshit comes out because you're turning life over, right?
It's a big deal.
It is. And it mirrors in my business. Woohoo.
Yeah. Yay, soul-driven businesses. Yay.
Yay. You're not doing enough with your life right now in upheaval. Let's add to it.
Yeah.
See what you can handle, which is a lot, but
you brag.
Oh, well, I have a whole lot of modalities and techniques to use to get through that. And I'm calling on a lot of those, but then I'm going, how do I turn this around for my people? One in the middle of a move or in the middle of an energetic upheaval. But there's this part that's like, you have this great idea, you're missing a piece. How do I find that piece?
The first thing that came to mind was vulnerability and sharing the behind the scenes with your people, right? Of like,
God.
I know, right? But like, here's the shit show that is me unpacking. Here's how I'm dealing with this. Here's the legit tool that I teach you. Here's like how to hop in for a deeper session with me and pay me for my work.
Okay. That whole overthink it, make it super complicated because everything else is, I hyper fixate, yay, ADD. It's like, there's so much. I need to do this thing. Let's do nothing.
Oh yeah, the freeze.
One project, just get this one project done. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, you have an audience, you've been consistent, you have people that you can share the behind the scenes with just a little bit, you know, from a place of power of like, yeah, the reason I can handle this shit is because of these tools. And here's what I can teach you in our coaching session together. And here's how to pay me for that session.
Fair.
Yeah. I know that's like super succinct and like, it sounds really easy and it's not, but
But it is, and it's not. Because you get to overcomplicate things in your own brain. Like, no, it's gonna do. No, my life's a shit show right now. Get that figured out, and then. But there is something beautiful about being in the middle of it and being like, "Yo, guys, I'm here too. Been here."
yeah, like you're a real human, and that's why you're able to help other real humans. You know, I don't want help from some alien perfectionist. That's not real.
If they can organize my closet right now, send them down.
Fair point. Yeah.
I did look for an iPad for 3 hours that was in a bag twice today.
That is a perfectly relatable content post, right? Like, I looked for my iPad for 3 hours. Here's how I didn't lose my shit. Here's how to book a call so you also don't lose your shit in the chaos that is reality right now.
Well, I can't say I didn't lose my shit.
Okay, here's how to lose your shit and still be awesome while losing it.
I can handle that one. Here's how to lose your shit, but still get other shit done in the process.
Yeah, right? Like it gets to be messy and chaotic and authentic and relatable.
I like it. Okay, thanks.
Superpower.
Else to be like, yo, just do this. Like, someone else make a decision for once for all the 70 decisions I make a day. To be like, is this simple? You're just overthinking it. Which, you know, I tell my people all the time. So of course I need to be reminded.
It's always that way. Like the thing we teach, we get to learn again and again on like deeper and deeper levels. So we get better and better at it for our people.
And sometimes it's just that nice reminder of, you do got this. It's this simple. Stop overcomplicating it. Because we all like to do that.
Oh yeah. And we want it to be good, right? Like you want it to be good for your people and that matters, but it gets to be good and easy sometimes, hopefully most of the time.
I'm going to go with that. I like that.
Yay. I look forward to it.
Simple. Just do it. Done.
Yeah. And then you've done the thing that your brain's like, oh my God, you got to share this. You've got to be supporting your people. And you're like, look, I just did it. I'm doing it. We're doing it.
Right. I mean, I did at least get to share my coffee view the other day. And let me tell you, it is a coffee view.
Yay.
In fact, here.
Y'all
get to experience my my hot mess.
Beautiful. That's not even that messy.
Oh, for someone who has slight OCD, it is.
I understand.
But this
is
you.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yay.
And my cute little chair setup.
Oh, yeah, maybe, you know, make your content posts from out there. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Congrats.
Thanks. It is the manifestation of myself through my husband, bless him. Honey, I want a job that's 5 hours away from your family and my family so we can do Christmas together at the beach if we want to, and we're 30 minutes from the beach. So, boom. New job offer from a company he worked with previously, happened in less than a month. That's the manifestation power, and I'll take it.
Well, when you got so clear, right? You're like, this is exactly what I want. Boom.
Yeah. Been down to 45 minutes from where I was born.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're doing good. I do need to make a post about that because I haven't thought about posting about, hey guys, you can make your manifestations happen very quickly because we moved in 2.5 weeks. Like, job, here's your location, here's your apartment that we shopped for, and it was done. And then I have all of this moving in mess.
That's amazing.
You know, I'm super proud of that.
You should be.
Channeling it to something as simple as, hey, you can be a hot mess and you're surroundings can be a hot mess and you can still get through it. And here's how.
There you
So,
go.
Get that out. Thank you.
Simple as that.
Yay. Thank you.
Yay. You're welcome. Good to see you.
You too.
All right, guys. So whoever would like to go next, you can raise your hand, ask a question. You can unmute. If you just want to pontificate on your business and be like, I don't know, what do I do next, Emily? We can do that too.
Hi.
Hi.
So, yeah, I'm definitely not sure what to do right now. I launched my new website in last month and very excited and was in really good energy with it and I adore it. But I maybe I have bit off a bit more than I could chew. That's possible, but
That never happens.
Yeah. It was funny. I had a 3-hour dental procedure today, and in the middle of it, the person working on my mouth said, "You're really hard on yourself, aren't you?" And I was like, "Okay."
What the fuck? I did not come here for that. Thank you.
It's like I'm already in agony, and I'm like crying. Like now you're gonna hit me with that. Like,
Oh my gosh.
But I think what I'm in your group and I'm in a build a course program, which is really a one-on-one at this point, which is amazing, but a lot. And I'm in a writing program and I am in a Reels class. I think that might be it, but there could even be something more. God knows.
Uh-huh.
And I think part of this, what happens to me is that I get like I want to do all the things and but I can't. I mean, there's not enough time to do anywhere near all of those things, and so unfortunately, nothing gets done, or not enough gets done of any one thing, and I really wind up feeling like I've failed, and that's not good.
No, and
so
that sucks because you're trying to do so much.
Yeah, having a little bit of that going on right now. And it's generally kind of a slow time for my work. Like my work is somewhat seasonal, or at least my what I've been doing is seasonal. What I want to do will not be seasonal.
Yeah.
So it's a little slow on the client side, which is good because I have more time than I usually do. But also it makes me feel antsy and like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have money. I'm, all the stories come up.
Totally.
So yeah, I had actually a couple of reels that like I would hesitate to say went viral. But for me, when, I have just a few hundred Instagram followers. I mean, one of my reels had 4,000 views. Like
That's awesome.
that kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
And my one yesterday, which was literally of a dog that I walk jumping up, and I just said that you should get a Valentine that is as enthusiastic to see you as this dog. And like that got, I don't know, like 2,000 views.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I like that, and the course stuff that I'm doing, I also like because I'm starting to let my humor come into things. Like
your
the coach in that
is shining through.
Yeah, my coach in that said, like just think of anything, and I was like, I want to do a course in like what you can do with your kid to make sure they don't speak to you after high school. And she's like, do it. She was like, why not? She's like, because, and I was like, why not actually, right? Because, I mean, obviously that wouldn't really be the course, but like promote it that way, call it that, because someone who thinks that's funny and signs up for that will be my person in a way that like ways to get your teenager to talk to you is never going to retract my person, because I feel like I want to stab myself in the eye with that.
Yeah. We don't do work that makes us want to stab ourselves in the eye. God, no. Okay, I have lots of thoughts. Also, yeah, Kimberly is in my mastermind, so I feel like I get to cheat a little bit because I know a lot about your work and about what you're crafting. I would say start with your North Star. Why the hell are you doing what you're doing? Why does it matter? And just put that right in front of you. Write it down on a fucking huge sheet of paper, put it on one of those giant ass sticky notes, stick it behind you on the wall. Start with that. And from that place, then we make your decisions with these courses. So you're in 4 different courses. Two things here. Step 1, trust that you're going to get what you came for and you're going to get what you need. And be like, that mantra is on affirmation. I'm going to get what I need out of this fucking program, whether that's 15 minutes a week or 10 hours a week. Start there. And then decide, what do you actually want to show up and how do you actually want to be participating in these programs? So for my mastermind, it's like the weekly live calls are probably the juiciest thing to show up for. Maybe the Reels to Riches training, it's like getting feedback in the Facebook group. Maybe the course, it sounds like it's more one-on-one coaching. So probably the intimacy of that container is like the thing. And trust that you can always go back, right? Like don't bother with the member vault for the mastermind. You can always go back to that. You can always watch the recordings later or from the bathtub. Same with the course content, right? So you're almost making a bucket of like each course, how am I participating to get the most out of it without feeling overwhelmed?
Yeah.
And then from
that's a good point, because I am feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm behind. I haven't done the member vault stuff and like these different courses, but
I'm not getting everything out of it, and I invested in it, right? I know.
Yeah.
So,
but it's there, and I can do that later.
It's always there. You can always get it later. And then, making yourself right for everything, right? Of like, how did I do it right today? How did I do it well? How did I show up and get what I came for? How did I show up and commit to this North Star vision of why the hell I'm doing this business and who it's for anyways? And like, as long as you nailed that with your heart, like, you're fucking killing it. And that's plenty, especially dental surgery. You have a teenager, life, capitalism, patriarchy, global pandemic, winter in the Midwest.
Oh God.
Like all the things, right?
So miserable.
Make your like checklist of fuck yeah, doing it right, like real short and succinct, and give yourself the grace for that. And then I would say, I think it's really crafting your packages and program to sustain you over time. What do you want it to look like? Like you do have this little bit of like caterpillar into beautiful morpho butterfly phase happening. And we can do that more in the mastermind too.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's helpful.
You're welcome. And go rest. That was intense dental things. All the rest.
Yes, it was.
You did great. Yay. Does anybody else have a question? Gwen or Veronica, hello.
I do have a question, Emily.
Yay. Hi.
Hi, how are you? You're beautiful.
Good. It's good to see you. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm glad you decided to do this because I wanted to ask this. I have to format it into like, I guess a more like streamlined question. So I want to know if you are in like the brainstorming steps of like possibly starting and wanting to like create a business, and you have like general directions that you would want to go. How would like what's the first step if you don't have like any credibility in anything that you're thinking about doing? Like no certifications, no school, no like nothing. What is like, if you're like, okay, I want to do this direction, but I have no credibility, what's like the first step? Do you go get?
Great question.
I find that might be my current issue.
What's the thing that you want to do? Because I would venture to guess that you actually have some credibility and experience for that thing to come into your field and be of interest to you in the first place.
I don't have like a specific like this is what I want to do. I just have a bunch of general things that I find that I could help people with, and I get joy with helping people with. I love like, I love like personal finances and like personal money managing and budgeting and like investing and like all of that whole blanket of things.
Yeah.
I also love like plant-based eating and nutrition science and all of that stuff. But both of those
Yeah.
things are just like things that I happen to feel passionate about and like, but I don't have schooling. I'm not like a financial advisor, and I'm not like a nutrition scientist or anything.
That
Those were just
counts.
two on the list, but I would like, I don't know. That's kind of what I was leaning towards.
Yeah, like, so I think there's this with systemized education, we started devaluing lived experience and wisdom. And you have lived experience of like, you've done trial and error, right? With like what cooking feels good, what works for you, what like makes your body feel good, how do you want to operate in the world? You have experience like managing finances, you know things about investments and like what works. What you know now, you have enough knowledge to help other people get to where you currently are.
Is it enough to like even like lay foundation blocks for a business?
Yeah, it's enough to start. And then, so I'm a big fan of you get the education you need as you see that there's a hole or that you don't have enough to help the person, right? So like start and then be like, well, shit, do I do like some kind of finance coaching? Do I do a Udemy course? Do I do an online certification? Like what skills do I actually need to help my people, right? So maybe your people are like who you were 5 to 10 years ago. And then you're going to figure out, okay, what do I want to help them with? Maybe you start with just like a simple $25 Q&A call where you're helping people that are curious about how to plan their personal finances or how to do plant-based living. And it like gets to be that simple. And maybe it's both like finances and plant-based living, you know, like hell yeah.
Okay, so you're saying like you
Start
can
from where
start
you
to
are.
build it, but you don't need to like go take a 4-year degree.
No, because what's going to happen is if you do that, right? Like that's the thing with going back into higher ed, right? Because I did that for so many years. I'm
I
like,
don't want to
oh,
do that at
no,
all.
no. But what's beautiful is then you invest in the specific education that you need at that particular moment in time, right? So you'll start building it and you'll be like, fuck, people are asking about this thing and I don't really know and I want to know. I'm excited to know. So, all right, I'm going to do a certification course in this particular thing and add that in to the work that you do. And then you just get to follow the path of like, ooh, that's exciting and shiny and I want to do that. Okay, now I weave that into my work and into what I do with people. And oh, that certification course or a personal training or like a nutrition course or something. But there's so much free information that then you get to integrate and apply, and that lived experience, teaching from that place, charging money for it, that's like the embodied feminine thing, right? It's like, oh yeah, my lived experience is good enough to charge people money for it.
I understand. I guess I feel
It's hard.
it is because I know how you always talk about like offering stuff immense value. If you starting a business, I mean, I did not start a business, but this is just like hypothetical. Like if I was like starting a business, but I don't like, I feel like why would someone learn from me because I don't have any, I don't know. I guess that's like the imposter syndrome thing coming in. So
I can tell you point blank that most young white men have never thought, gee, am I qualified to teach this? They don't. I watch so many apply to jobs and they're like, I don't meet all these qualifications. I'm just going to hit apply and see what happens. And most women are like, I don't know. I don't have exactly 7.5 years in finance. I then am not qualified. And then we don't apply. We don't make the money. And so honestly, take imposter syndrome as the flag that you're doing it right. Every time it comes up, be like, oh, that's cute. I think that I'm not good enough to do this. Must be doing it right today.
I like that.
Yeah. And you get to build it as you go. And I think you get to charge money for it and build it as you go and make it better and better. I started out by charging $25 for a phone call, helping people make a plan to like feel less anxious in their day job so that then they could finally quit their job and start their own business. And then everything else built from there.
Cool. That was super awesome. Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome. See you in CEO Enchantress.
I'll see you.
Yay. Zawadi, I'll come back to you if we still have time. I want to make sure everybody that joined gets the chance. If Veronica, you have a question.
Hi, I'll be quick.
Okay.
I've been kind of like ignoring this task that I want to do, but I obviously don't want to do. But I thought today would be a good time to jump in and give myself a kick. I did a podcast last Friday,
Awesome.
or 2 Fridays ago, and I felt good about the conversation. I'm a good talker. I could talk good. We know this,
That's
but
true.
the intro sucked. My intro sucked. Like I wasn't ready for it. I was rushing from another appointment. We rescheduled a bunch of times. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to like practice my elevator pitch, or, it doesn't matter, but like, I don't love it. I don't love the way that I don't think anyone will be listening, just to be clear. No one cares. But she did offer, because like she's like a sexy marketing coach.
Cool.
She offered that I could send her a different bio. I don't know, to like post in the promo or whatever.
Okay.
This is like a slightly edited, putting it in the chat. Oh wow, that looks really long. But
It's all good.
yeah, I just wanted to take like a chunk from there.
Yeah. Okay. So,
but I also don't have the part in there that I've sort of updated recently to say that I'm talking to people to help them be leaders in love.
yeah. So hi, start with that.
Yeah. I don't think I need all of this stuff. This is just something I had from when I wrote my article.
Yeah. I mean, so this is a bit of the process of like, yep, it's going to be clunky. And the first couple podcast interviews are going to feel wonky and obnoxious. And it'll just get better and better until it rolls off your tongue with ease and you're fucking Oprah. Yeah.
And I've done a good job of introducing what I do before, but for some reason, when I got to this, it didn't feel good. And then she like, fellow Aries like spanked my bottom about it afterwards.
Wow.
Because she pulled from like an old bio that I had, and she was like, this doesn't, and I was like, no, I know this is not the bio I would have chosen.
Cool.
So she was trying to like help me out.
Okay, so let's say I would just trim this down a little bit. I'm Veronica.
I was gonna say I can put the longer thing in the mastermind, and we could do this later.
Oh yeah, no problem. We can also do it now. Yeah, because Veronica's also in my mastermind. But I would say so you can drop the I work with one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. You can say I help people, or I help you strengthen your foundation of self-awareness, enhance pleasure, and communicate clearly.
And probably
and then
the leaders in love thing.
Yeah. And then I think you can even condense your qualifications and be like, I've trained in a lot of high level, amazing shit and with a very humorous universe. And I love like the Scorpio moon, cat mom, HSV plus, stone cold fox, PNW is home. Like make it fun and flirty, and for people to be like, ooh, I got to go check her out on Instagram. That's really what we're going for with this bio, right? Yeah. And like, let that be enough. And then when they get to the Your About Me page, they can be like, oh, she's highly credentialed and she is a stone cold fox. Like, let it be fun.
Yeah. Thank you. This is really helpful to know just like which pieces to pluck from this. Because this was also written in the context of an article that I wrote that pulls from my personal story a lot. So like
that's cool.
Made a lot of sense with that, but it's also been a bio I actually really liked.
Yeah.
So thank you for helping me with that.
You're welcome.
That shorter.
Yeah, I would just give her that and rock and roll with it and be like, okay, cool. Podcast done. Next.
Yeah, and I don't want to ever think about it again.
Don't even bother. Don't bother.
Yeah. Sorry, my Google speaker is responding to that.
Okay. Mine does as well from time to time. It's very creepy. Yeah, super creepy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yay. All right. Let's see. Where are we at with time? Cool. So Wadi, did you have another question?
Yes, I did. Sorry.
Go for it.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna ask you about what your thoughts are on email marketing. Because some people are like, oh, that's the best option. Other people don't read email anymore. So yeah.
How do you
And how to build your email listserv. So I have a wide network of people, a lot of followers on Instagram, but I've never done email marketing. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of like learning to juggle one ball and then add another ball and then another ball. And before you know it, you've got like flaming knives that you're juggling. So what I mean by that is one social media platform at a time, really nail that one, be giving massive value, interacting with people, engaging, converting from that. And then the next one, and then the next, rather than spreading ourselves so thin and doing everything and feeling like we have to hustle.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're at a stage in your business where you're like, all right, I want to add another stream, I think email is a good one because you own like the email list, right? Like those people are signing up. And then the way to really give value there is to create a freebie opt-in, create a little juicy taste of working with you that people can download or access in a PDF or is like a video series. So that's why they're signing up for your newsletter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What do you think? Is that like a good thing for you to add right now? Or do you feel like maybe doubling down on Instagram and Insight Timer might be a little more fruitful?
Yeah, I think because I just signed up as a teacher on Insight Timer, like I definitely need to focus on that because it's very easy for me to get pulled in different directions. So I'm going to stay focused on Instagram and Insight Timer. And then once I have my flow with that, then I can start the email marketing.
When that's like as simple as, you know, the shampoo, rinse, wash, repeat cycle, when that's like, this is easy, this is my process, then I think adding email is a great way to go. Yeah.
So people are still checking their email.
They
email
are.
marketing is still...
What I find works really well, it so depends on your people and on you. Like, do you like getting emails? How do you like operating? I like doing really simple, clean, clear emails. But I also love reading really long, beautiful stories. I have a cooperative farm I got a newsletter from over the weekend. It was a long story, but it was beautiful, talking about spring and seasons changing. And it made me feel so good to read it that, so it just depends. What do you like? What's fun for you to receive? And then creating that experience for your audience.
Yeah. I mean, I think I prefer audio to reading. So it could be that I record my voice sharing whatever the updates are and then include that in the email. I also love music. So I create a lot of playlists so I can include a playlist of the month. I'm already doing that with my networks, like on WhatsApp, like sharing directly with people.
Cool.
I could then do that.
Yeah. And then you're just double purposing your content. So you're not reinventing the wheel every time, which I think is a really good idea and also keeps us from hustling too hard.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And would you recommend MailChimp for email marketing?
I love MailerLite. It's Mailer Lite. However, in order to use MailerLite, you have to have a domain specific email address. So you have to have an email associated with your domain. MailChimp, you don't have to do that. So it's a good secondary alternative. MailChimp is great. It's not very user friendly. And it was like the OG of email marketing. So a lot of it's really clunky. And then the next tier up from there, I love Flowdesk. It's ran by two women. It's FLODESK. But it does cost money from the beginning, whereas MailChimp and MailerLite are free.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you like about MailerLite?
I like MailerLite. The interface is easy. It's really easy to create email opt-ins and forms, and it's free until you have 1,000 subscribers. If I
Mhm.
wasn't using MailerLite, I would use Flowdesk. It's so clean and sharp, and like the drop and drag boxes are beautiful, and it's women owned, which
Yeah.
I love supporting.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah.
I guess I could start on MailerLite, and then once I have a big enough subscriber list,
Yeah.
and
Transition it.
and I'm actually converting, then it would make sense to invest money in another one
Yes.
if
I'm
it's
I'm such a fan of like how cheap and free can we get our businesses off the ground and rocking and rolling? And then as we make money, we can
yeah,
pay for the programs and systems, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All
Awesome.
right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. All right. Does anybody else have any additional questions that come up? This is so fun. Thank you all for joining. Yay. Well, this is a quick pitch. If you're watching this, if you're participating, if you aren't already in CEO Enchantress, frickin' join. The investments are as low as $111 a month. I just recorded the ancestral invocation this morning, the Golden Heart niching module. I blew it up from a 3-week program to a 7-week. There'll be weekly calls with me, Q&A calls, just this style. You get access to a Facebook group the whole entire time. You can ask me questions. You can go live on anything related to your business. There's going to be 30-minute recorded modules on all of the content, a 10-minute ritual magic embodiment practice. I'm literally going to teach you future life regression, clairvoyant, psychic techniques to run alongside your business. And what else? 28 people are in already. We start next week. This is the only time I'm running it all year. So I would love to have you DM me if you have questions. Pay in full is $777. Payment plans are as low as $111 a month, and that's on purpose. I want everybody who is interested in having a healing arts business that works for you, that makes you money, that helps people, to get your cute butt in there. And Jessica, you just joined. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I am ending the call in a hot second. But if you had a question, I would love to answer it. And welcome to the call.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, yes, I was just checking my email. I was like, oh, I just missed most of this.
No, you're right on time.
Awesome. Feeding my little guy. Yeah, I was just actually super curious about your program. I am an acupuncturist and a hypnotherapist and a coach.
Awesome.
And I have a full practice, which is awesome, but I really want to move folks more into some of my like combination experiences that are a little bit higher cost
Yeah.
and
Easier to deliver, I would guess.
more, yeah, and more packages. So I really want to do that over the next couple of months. And so I kind of came to be like, is this a good place not to alienate some of the people that I'm currently working with? So that's kind of my like quick and dirty.
Yeah, I like the quick and dirty. Okay, so you have an established practice, things are going well. You have people you're connecting with, you're building relationships, you know how to do the sales and the client thing, but you're thinking to create an online offer or like combine the things. Tell me more.
Yeah, so I actually kind of inherited a practice from a mentor of mine. So I had a practice beforehand that was pretty much full. Are you done? Yeah. And so now, sorry.
Oh, it's totally fine.
I know you have a little one too.
Oh yeah.
Drew me to you. Say hi.
Hi, little one.
So I've inherited a lot of her clients, and they're mostly pain folks, but they have lots of other things going on, and I specialize more in sex, love, relationship stuff,
Cool.
and transitions. Very open to kind of container style of work together, not some people's jams. And I don't want to kind of totally cut those people loose, but I also am very much feeling this need to make better, kind of more efficient use of my time in the clinic, rather than just charging people for acupuncture and doing pain, which is not my like love in life.
No. That
So
makes
yeah,
sense.
kind of. I have some online offerings, but this is more like how do I transition these folks into more of a coaching container?
Yeah. That's a great question. I think I would start with literally what I recorded for CEO Enchantress an hour before, which is what type of people do you want to work with? And like, what problem do you want to be solving? What lights you up? Because as an acupuncturist, you can do so freaking much. And that's just one aspect of your work. I bet you can do so much to help people at all different levels of pain and stages of life. What lights you up the most? What's fun and exciting? What kind of people do you get excited about working with?
Yeah. So I've done a lot of that work over the last year or so to really try and like nail that in. A lot of it is around like transitions in life. I'm a new mom. I've worked a lot with end of life care and oncology. I've worked with people who are just starting new relationships, who are looking to call relationships in. So really these like pivotal transition moments in life.
Cool.
I have some trouble of like really making that friendly and like fun and clear because it sounds kind of heavy to me sometimes.
Of course. And I think that's the hard part. And the beautiful part about being a healer is like my work is deep and really amazing. And it might be a little intimidating because these things are big deals.
Yes, exactly.
But
And
I think
with folks who are ready to step into that, but also like they don't have to know. They don't have to know everything. That's what I'm here for.
exactly. But they do know they're going through these transitions, right? So like your people know what they're going through is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think speaking to that is a really helpful thing for them, in your marketing. I think what I would do is start with the intention right there of like, okay, I want to help more people that are going through these life transitions. All right, what does like an entry level package look like? An online package, what's included, what's not, how much is it? You have an established practice. Maybe it's like a $300 or a $500 price point package instead of the $99, especially as you're transitioning. Like the money needs to be worth it to put in the energy and the investment, especially as moms. It's like limited time. So I would say building the sampler program, because then you'll be able to build the content around it. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, this is a physical reality, tangible thing that then I can talk to, right? It's like, I use this analogy on my personal profile today. Like it's the golden pen, right? It's a physical, like crafted thing, your program and what you do with people and what's included. And then it becomes easier to talk about and like, why would people want it? And then you can just assume, and that's the mindset work, is like, yep, those current clients are on board and they're coming in, or they'll be replaced by the new perfect alignment ones. And like, these people just can't wait to pay me and work with me. And like, that's the mindset work of, okay, this is happening. I'm transitioning. We're doing this new thing and everybody's coming in.
Yes. I love that. Thank you. That's really helpful because I have people that are paying, $120 a session. And then I have people that are paying $1,000 a month for these more coaching packages. And so I'm like, I need to move everybody into this. And that's more digestible.
Yeah. And I really just think it's setting up the transition for yourself of like, wait, what am I doing? Who is it for? Is there a cutoff of like, I'm not doing this style of work after this date? Or is there like a legacy rate pricing that you transition people a little higher into as you go? And just making the plan of like, yep, here's what I'm doing. Here's why I'm doing it. Get on the train because the train is going this way.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. That was such a good golden nugget. And thanks for your graciousness as I popped on last minute.
Oh gosh, you're welcome. I'm so glad you popped on last minute. I think that's total like hashtag mom life, right? Like I have 5 minutes, let's go.
Yeah, jumping right in.
I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yay.
I'm going to take some notes about what you said.
Please do. Yeah. Feel free to go back to this video. It'll be out in the business coaching for Rebelle healers and spiritual entrepreneurs. And guys, be sure to share your paid programs and services tomorrow on Wednesdays. And if you haven't already hopped in for CEO Enchantress, this is my pitch for you to hop in. It's a 7-week practical magic business accelerator. I am literally teaching the step-by-step foundation of how to create a business that you love in 15 hours a week or less, making consistent income and helping people. A few folks who joined today are already in the program. If you're not already and you have questions, DM me. I don't bite. I'd love to have the conversation and see if it's the right thing for you. And thanks for joining. This was really fun. Thanks so much, everybody.